Hey, this is Max. Welcome back to another CSR2 video. So I am here with the next leg of the 90s rewind, and that is to win the Ferrari 512. So we're already at race 54. The reason why I didn't start until this point is because, quite frankly, up to this point, you should be able to achieve every race with stage 5 only car, provided you have full fusion. So this is a 2-car event, the high-speed jams. And basically, it uses 2 of the Ferraris, one being much older, and that is this F40, and the other one being somewhat newer, and that is the Ferrari Enzo. Both are essentially available for a long time now. The Enzo, at one point, there's a purple star version, which is what I'm using. There's also a gold star version you can pull from crates, but essentially, both cars could be gold star version. If anything, having gold star versions might be better because when you have crates, particularly parts crates, it would not require any kind of actual money. You can get both cars from the gold keys right now, and therefore almost anybody with enough gold keys can get in on this event and hopefully be able to get done. Now, how difficult is the event? That's going to be the real question. This is why we're doing this video as we're approaching the final few races. Up to this point, it is actually relatively easy. 55 and 56, the opponents are still running what a fully fusion stage 5 version of the respective F40 and Enzo would run. 56 is where things start to get, I guess 57 we should say. This is where things may start to get a little tougher, but the bottom line is that you're not going to get stuck until the end. And that's by design. The game developers want you to be invested in the event. If they make it too difficult in the beginning, you're going to quit, right? If you got to race 10 and you realize, oh my God, it's impossible. I got to build the car to max to get through the rest of this, more likely you'll give up. By letting you get this far on stage 5 only, what they're really doing is they're kind of hooking you into the event, making you invested in it. You've already built it to stage 5. What's a little more, right? What is a little more? Spend a few keys, get a few stage 6s. You already got one from the event anyway. Push it a little bit and you'll get there. This half a second jump right here, though, is where things start to get more interesting. Even fully maxed, the Enzo runs about a 7.1. Without the stage 6s is about a 9.0. So you have about a 2-second margin, and stage 6s generally don't drop half a second at a time, although body and transmission are best known for doing that. Again, trans body will be important for the Enzo. It's also important to have similar body or transmission stage 6s for that 40. These are the stage 6s that'll carry you a lot further than, say, if you only had intake or turbo. The problem is, of course, turbo and intake seems to drop a lot, particularly from the events themselves. The other issue is that if you already have stage 6s and whatever they may be, there is still the chance that it would be a duplicate when you actually try to move forward and finish the event. So saving bronze keys, having them available for events like this is very important. Now it finally tells me orange, which means things are getting tougher, right? Race 58, 59, 60, that's expected that it'll be a lot harder. This car runs 7.9s. Let's see if I can get it to run a little bit faster than dyno so that we can make sure we don't lose this race. Orange just means it's tougher, doesn't mean it's impossible. Generally, if it's full red is when you have problems. 8.2, 7.9, not much of an issue. My dyno is actually 7.9 for this car, so I was able to get through that. Neither one of my cars here have fully maxed stage 6s. They're all a little bit off, but the F40 I think is fully maxed. Oh, what did I just do? I think I clicked something by accident here. The F40 is fully maxed. It's just not tuned properly, I think. Let me see. Oh, wow. Don't need that. No, it should be tuned okay. So maybe squeeze a little more out of it. Looks like 4.6 is where it's at. All right, good enough. I should have a few more Evo there. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and go finish that relay. The final relay is where it's going to be the toughest. What I know from my crew members who showed me a screenshot is that it's actually 18 point something seconds or 19 seconds, right around 19 seconds. That means your two cars, right? If it's stage 5 only, 9 second, 12 second. That's 21 seconds. So you got to shave off 3 seconds from the two cars to beat these guys. So that's the key here. You have to have your cars upgraded enough to be able to get this done. If they're not, you're just not going to finish this relay, and you'll just be stuck one race away from getting the final prize, and that's never fun. So here we go. If this one pulls ahead, that bodes well for the next race, because the Enzo, although it's not a 7-second Enzo, it's a 7.9 second Enzo, more than good enough to get me where I need to be, and I'm pretty sure I'll be all right for the second race as well. Let's take a look here. We might be pretty much done with this. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Ah! No, I'm kidding. So we're good. Way ahead. There's no chance of the car catching up. And here we go. We're done. Just like that. Event complete. And Tengokis. Let's go back and take a look at the prize. So victories in the bag, my friend. That Ferrari 512 TR now resides in your garage, a roaring testament to your racing mastery, or roaring testament to me upgrading my cars. Here we go. Now, I know Danny Lightning already made a video on this car, so you can go check that out if you want to see the basics information about it. What I can tell you right now is that this car is so-so when it comes to standard upgrades, no special upgrades, but once you get stage 6s, it can be put into a low performance point high evo setup, and you'll probably see some of these guys soon in the 11 to 12 second or even 10s maybe, but most likely 11 to 12 second lobbies where it can probably do very well. Where it won't do as well will be in the faster lobbies. I am not expecting to see a lot of these in the 9s and 8s. It just won't have the advantage it needs at that point. While it's not a terrible car, it's not as good as, say, our favorite here, the F5 Venom, which incidentally, I believe is a race pass reward car if you're doing the paid race pass this season. That guy right there, that is a great car. All right, now, don't get me wrong, the Gold Star version of the Roadster is actually slightly better, but that Purple Star version is still excellent for a race pass reward. So that is it. The 512 Testarossa is in the bag. I think the redhead is what Testarossa stands for. 512 TR. It's a classic. This is a very famous Ferrari. Anybody who grew up in the 80s, 90s as a teenager would know of this car and certainly love it. It may not be that competitive in modern day sense, but I don't think anybody's going to complain if they had a Ferrari TR in their garage. In any case, even if it's just for collections, I'm happy to have added this car to my account. Let me know what you think. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. If you like the video, leave a like. If you like my channel and like to see this kind of videos, subscribe, hit the bell, and you get notified when I put up new videos. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I'll catch you next time.